too deep. Now I know what they mean when they say it's serious. How could this be when we touch? It's a dream. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I do not usually cover a whole lot of TV and movie stuff simply because it's not my forte. I am not a big watcher, I would rather read, but I have covered Batwoman in the past. I covered a couple of the trailers simply because I was a big Kate Kane fan when it came to the comics, and we are going to talk a little bit about that, but a lot more about the show. And I thought maybe Ruby Rose could do this show justice. Actually, I don't personally blame Ruby Rose. I blame the writers when it comes to this. I have reviewed a couple episodes that were just completely cringe. But let's talk about the new and upcoming for Batwoman, because it's bad. Like, it's really fucking bad. It's not Batwoman. This is in name only kind of show, and that's a shame, because most of the CW shows, whether it's Supergirl, which is like super feminist show, Batwoman, or Legends of Tomorrow, aren't that great. Flash is okay. Arrow started out strong and was, slowly progressed into nothing. Even Stephen Amell said he was done. But the thing is if you flip over to the actual DC Universe app, and if you watch the Titans, it's fantastic. It's great. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that because of the Starfire controversy and stuff like that. But it's great. Like, it's really good. It's the most, true to form Bruce adaptation I've seen in a TV show, literally ever. Dick Grayson's fantastic, and that is not what this video is about. Let's get back on track. Batwoman. And obviously this is going to have spoilers for episode 17. If you haven't seen it and you're planning on it, click out right now, because I'm going to go over them all, because almost every single one annoys me. My God, could you get more things wrong about this character? Now, we have seen Kate Kane kill in the comics, it wasn't recently, it was, Detective Comics 973 or 74, where she killed Clayface, but, that's not something that normally happens, and it was a big, big deal, but we are seeing, her being basically a murderer, but it's not just her, it goes further. So I'm actually going to use CBR's article. I think they do a pretty decent job for once. Like, gotta give them credits where it's due. So it was called A Narrow Escape, the episode was. Kate Kane struggles to suit up as Batwoman after she murdered Dr. August Cartwright. So we have this weird influx lately where we see these characters that, whether you grew up with them or you learn to love them later in life, kind of being okay with murder. Like, once you cross that line, Batman's code, it's done. It's over with. I understand a lot of people will argue with me and say, in real life it's justification and da-da-da-da-da. There's always another way. And think about it. When you read, there's always another way, because once you cross that line, you become what you hate. And it is a slippery slope. So, we have Batwoman as a murderer in the CW. Wow. Okay, I guess so. What we're going to do is we're just going to take this a step further, because her and Luke have a little bit of a conversation. And, she said she doesn't want to suit up because she feels like a fraud. She is. She's not Batwoman. She's not Kate Kane. So yeah, she was right there. She's a fraud. And she said, she had every chance to stop herself, and she didn't. That's where the lines crossed. If there is another way, Kate Kane would have found it. If she had a chance to stop, it would have happened. Should we go a little further? I think we should. Oh, Luke then, told her, asked about knowing the truth. But here is the thing. she is not the only murderer in this. Now don't forget, I did actually review the crossover event, and it wasn't Elseworlds, I forget which one. Oh, Crisis on Infinite Earth. I did review that one, and she did kill during that too. We had the murderous, villainous Batman as Kevin Conroy. And you know what? I love him. I can't even, take that away from him. It was really cool to see him in that light. Like, every single time I hear Batman's voice or I read it in a comic book, I'm reading that voice. Every single time I read the Joker, I read it in Luke Skywalker's voice. I forget his name. Yeah, I know. Shut up. But here we go. So in this universe, she says, I broke Batman's code. And Luke turns around and says, you think you're the only one? Ever wonder why the Joker hasn't reared his head in 5 years? He's not in Arkham, Kate. Both you and Bruce stared into an abyss. The question is, how long are you going to let it stare back at you? So, yeah, Joker's dead, and that's fine in this universe. Obviously, you probably weren't going to get any sort of version of Joker in the Arrowverse. I hate to break it to you if you were hoping for it. He's way too much of a Batman rogues gallery to ever show up in this Batwoman show. Way too big of a ticket item when it comes to live action. You weren't going to get it anyways. So he's dead. But he's dead at Bruce's hands. That's the difference. Most in this universe, Bruce has been gone for about 3 years. And in every single universe, most of them, Batman has a code of no killing. And I just reviewed Hush, not even 2 weeks ago. And I talked there's this great moment in Hush where he's beating Joker because he thought he just killed Tommy Elliott. And, I believe Hush is in the show too. I don't know. I know at some point he was supposed to be sort of like a Trump allegory, whatever. But Joker was, on his deathbed. Batman was just beating him. And, Jim Gordon walks up behind him and says, if you cross this line, I have to hunt you down the same way I hunt them. This is murder. But what justification does it take for a selfish little bitch to be able to, murder in this universe? And what's weirder about it to me, the weirdest part about it, is that the writers and then the typical viewers are okay with this. They are okay with their heroes of the day being murderers. That's really fucking weird. That's just not weird. It's really fucking weird. And I don't understand at what point these people, these writers are going, you know what? Let's make her a murderer. Let's make her super selfish. Let's make her egotistical. Let's make her, tell everyone all the time how she's gay. And everyone's gonna love it. They're gonna love it so much. Our views are gonna be so great. Our ratings, are gonna be so great. This is gonna work so great. Why? Why? My biggest thing is, I just wish they would have not, either hired good writers, or B, created a new story with new heroes. But they won't do that because they'll piggyback off of DC's already known IPs. And then, for somebody that's only seen, Kate Kane for the first time in this incarnation, they are going to be like, wow, this girl is a murderer and you have no problem with that? I don't know. The whole group there is just really messed up in my eyes. This show is garbage. It's straight up garbage. My God. I wouldn't be surprised at some point if it got canceled, but it's getting enough views. I feel like it's the new Dawson's Creek, and that was from my era, so it shows my age, but I don't know. I don't know who the audience of this is, because the audience is, that's enjoying it is justifying in their mind why murder is okay, and it's never okay. It's that simple. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry to rant a little bit, but when they ruin the IPs that I love and adore, it gets irritating all the more. Let me know. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Deckert, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.